Hi, my name is Amarachugu and I'm back again for the week 8 summary video of my learnings of Web3bridge. So last week, we started learning about Ethers, which is a library that aids us to interact with our smart contracts by building a front end for it. So far, last week, we built two smart DApps, which is a token sending DApp and also a to-do list DApp. So this is a token sending DApp. And basically, let's go over the code together. So basically, I started by deploying five ERS20 tokens. So here is one of it. So this is similar to the other five tokens, but with different name and symbol. So that was the first thing I did. And then I also imported the details of the five tokens into this file. So I have the address, the symbol, the name, the decimal, and then the URL for the image. So I put this on Pinata. So I just compiled the details for these tokens, which I was using in my app.js, which is where my logic resides. So let's take a look at app.js. So in my app.js, I imported my list and then I'm looping through the list, which is an array of tokens, and I'm mapping through them at this point, and then I'm updating my front end. So this token template update is the function that updates our front end. So this is the point where it is. So I'm passing in the necessary details, which is the name of the token, the symbol, the image, that's the URL, and total supply of the image, the balance of the particular user that is connected to our DApp, and then the address, that's the contract address. So I'm using this details and I'm using template referral to display them when necessary. So yeah, that's just a basic rundown of what our um our logic does. And then here is the point where I send my token. So I get the address of the person that I want to send to, the amount, and then the name of the token. So this address and then the amount is coming from our front end, from the input element where we are going to put the amount we want to send out and the address of the receiver. So let's take a look at how that works. So here now at this point, I'm done looping through my tokens and I'm displaying them with total supply. I deployed 1,000 tokens for each of them tokens. And then so far I've sent out some of the tokens. So that's why my total balance is not up to 1,000 anymore. So I'm going to try to send, first of all, let me grab an address. So this is a different address. And then I want to send token 4. Okay, let me check how much token 4 I have. So I have 800 token 4. So okay, let me send. So if I click on this, it takes me to this UI. So for token 4 specifically. So if I put 50, I want to send out 50 token, and then the receiver is this address, and then I'll send. So this dies up MetaMask and asking us to confirm that we want to send 50 of our TT1 to this address. So I'll going to wait for this to sign the transaction, and I also wait for it to so okay, here we have we want to send out 50 TT4 to this particular address. So I'm going to confirm this, and then it notifies me that my transaction is pending, and then I'll click on that and wait for a little while for my transaction um, re- um to respond as successful. Then I'm going to wait for that for a little while. So meanwhile, let's come here. So if it returns alerts us that it is successful, I'm going to refresh the page to be able to, okay, I'll click on this and then I'll go to a task scan. So see this transaction. So meanwhile, if I refresh this at this point, so you'll notice that our TT4 is now 750. That means I successfully sent out 50 tokens to the address that I imputed. So this is So this is a transaction on Etherscan. So if okay, from this guy to this guy, 50 test token for. So we have successfully sent out this, and then we've confirmed that my total supply reduced by confirm that my total supply reduced by 50. So that's basically what our, so I can go ahead and send out other tokens as long as I own them. So it will be displayed here and I can send them out. So that's for our token sending app. And then I'll go to my to-do list app. Okay, here it is. Okay, here is my to-do list app. So but first of all, let me also go over the code. So basically, similar to what we did in our token sending app. So we just, but at this point, we're just working with one contract address. So which is the our to do. So this is the code for our to do list. So let me just go over that for some time. So this is just our Solidity code for our to-do list. So we have a create to-do. So this is the function that we call when we want to create a to-do. So we are passing in a title and we are passing in a description, which you're going to see in a few um, minutes. So we also get so this get to do basically returns all we have in our array. So every time we create a to do, we are pushing whatever we created into this array. So this function simply returns whatever we have um in our array. So and then update to do. So this is basically passing the index of the to do that we want to update. So we are passing in an index in this array, and then we are passing a new title and a new description. So this updates whatever we have prior in that index. So these are the three functions that we interacted with in our DApp. So here, okay, let me go over the code. So here now, so I have my utils. I have so this is basically what handles the interaction. So this is where we connect to MetaMask, and this is also where we connect to our smart contract. So yeah, so we are using providers.web3 provider. So this is a function that is given to us by Ita.js and also this too. So we are using an RPC URL either from Alchemy or Infura thereabout. So here we're just getting, so you are passing in three parameters. A signer means does this transaction need a signer? So does it need someone that we will have to use the private key to confirm that he or she is the one signing the transaction? And then we need a contract address and likewise the API. So this is just like an abstraction of function our function signature and all of that. So this helps us to know the signature of the function that we're interacting with to make sure that we pass in the right parameters and all of that. So here, so our contract address, we had it in our constant.js. So that's basically what this function does. So in our constant address, we just have our contract address there. So okay, let me get here. So I'll be needing this so we just define two constants, which is our contract address and our RPC URL, which we are using in our get contract. I just reviewed it a while ago. Yeah. So let me get into my logic, which is in the app.js. So I am simply getting my contract, which is what is aids us to interact with our smart contract, and then so this get to do list basically, um, this is what this is what gets our array and then maps through it. So basically, this houses our array, right? So and this update to do details. So this yep. So this simply okay. Let me see where we call this function. Okay, actually it's getting low. Okay, so here, okay, just one place. Okay, right here. So this is basically what this is basically what updates our UI. So you can see that it's calling this get to do list, which houses the mapped version of our to do, and then I'm calling it on this template. So it is looping through and then it is updating this guy with specific to do details. And then so that's it. And then at this point, I'm listening to okay, this I think I should explain the point where I am listening to on click of my add button. Okay, that's it here. So on click on of my add button. So on click of my add button, I'm listening to the I'm listening to it. So when you click on add button, so I'm getting whatever I have in my input elements, and then I am entering that into the blockchain. So likewise, at the point where I'm updating it, so I'm also listening to my update button, and then and I'm also going to get whatever I have in my input element and I'll update it knowing the ID. So let's see what our to-do list does. So I'm going to just what am I writing? Study time. So do this and this. Yeah. So let me add to the blockchain. So this is going to dial up my MetaMask too. So I want to add study time to my to do. Okay, it's going to take a little time. So here it comes. So now I'm going to confirm this transaction, right? And I'm going to wait for it to add to the blockchain. Okay, so this is confirmed. So I can go and see this one. Let that load. Okay, here. So let me refresh this guy. So we can see that I already have study time here. So I can go ahead to edit whatever I have there. So I can say updates, study now, right? So I'm going to save changes. So it's also going to dial up my MetaMask too. Okay, confirm. Okay, that's taking. Right, so you can just go and see. So this is it. So it's also confirmed. So I can. So this is the previous. So I was sending to this contract. Let's click to see more. Okay, so I saved to this. I saved to the blockchain, and then this is the point where I'm updating to. So both are successful transactions. Yep. All right. So that's it. So I can go and see. So okay, I can go and see my. Okay, let me refresh. So you can see that this is study now. So because our contract doesn't have an event at the point of deployment, so I couldn't listen to event to be able to update my UI automatically. So um, prior smart contract that I'll be interacting with, I think that should be implemented. So that's basically what we did for last week. And thanks for watching, and look forward to another video from me for this week, by the end of this week or next week. Thank you.